Gaffer, a difficult afternoon here at Bramall Lane. What was your assessment of that one this afternoon?
Yeah, it was a very difficult afternoon. I think, again, we've made a really slow start in the sense of conceding a goal from a corner. One of the weakest goals we've conceded, and obviously a free header from that far out is not acceptable from a corner. So everything we've been working on, talking about and preparing for leading up to this difficult away match is kind of undermined by that one moment because it's too soft, and then what that leads to is a lack of discipline, big mistake, red card, and then you're 18 minutes in and you're 1-0 down and one man down at Bramall Lane. So it was the worst possible start for us, and things didn't get a lot better from then on.
We spoke before the game about not conceding the first goal, difficult place to come. You prepare all week and then within 5 minutes you concede a goal from a set piece. It's not the ideal start.
No, it's not. It's ultimately it's a little bit of organisation issue. There was jobs that needed to be done within that corner that weren't fulfilled properly. You've got players in a man marking role, then players in a zonal position, and they've all got to do their jobs correctly on corners to limit opposition chances. But it was such an easy header from an outswinging ball just to step in and head that. It was nowhere near what's required in a football match to defend set pieces. So very, very soft, and we'd worked on it. Obviously in the days leading up they scored the identical goal. I think it was against Stoke. I think it was McGuinness, Haim across, goal. So really, really poor from our point of view.
The red card is clearly a contributing factor to the outcome this afternoon. Have you got any complaints about that?
No complaints whatsoever, no.
When you're down to 10 men, try and keep it as tight as possible, but we've conceded a second goal trying to play out in the corner. Could we have managed that situation a little bit better?
Absolutely. I think at that point you don't want to invite any unnecessary pressure. You keep it at 1-0 for as long as you can, and then the game goes on and on. But it's obviously another error, which leads to a really poor goal. So not exactly what you want at that moment, because it's to try and negate any pressing from the opposition and try to play to one of the wingers or strikers and just settle the game down a little bit. So poor goal, and it makes us have a really big task to get back into it.
We've seen teams come back from 2-0 down even with 10 men. What was the message at half time? Was it about trying to stay as competitive as possible for as long as possible, but then to concede the third goal within 5 minutes, the game's pretty much done at that point?
Yeah, I mean, the message at half time was it's 2-0. We could get to the last 20 minutes here and the home crowd will start to get nervous because anything can happen off a set piece or something. But we're going to have to carry some form of a threat in order to get back into this match, because we weren't going to be able to sit on the edge of our box for the whole entire game and expect to score a goal. So we wanted to try and pick our moments to be a bit more proactive and move up the pitch, so we weren't camped in too much. But one of the first times we did it, we were the spaces got too big and they've obviously broke through. So, and then at 3-0 it's damage limitation. You can't expect to come back there, but at 2-0 there's still a chance. So again, 5 minutes into the second half and 5 minutes into the first half we've conceded poor goals, and it's I feel a lot for the supporters that have come, travelled and watched that. It's not a pleasant afternoon for us. It's one of the hardest definitely since I've been here, and we have to look at the way we started the match. There was other events that happened, but we have to look at the way we started that match, because it's not the level that's required to win at this level.
I was going to mention the supporters there. They've travelled again in their numbers a few days before Christmas. The away form has been difficult. Have you got a message for them? There was clearly a bit of frustration from them at the final whistle.
Yeah, look, I think the fans, I love the fans. They're incredible fans. They travel long and far to support the team. The away end's always packed, and unfortunately this season we just haven't given them enough joy, despite winning our very first away match of the season. Since then we haven't had many of those at all for them to take home on their long journey back. So no, it's really disappointing. I'm thankful to them. The vast majority are really supportive and clapping the boys off, and you can't really ask for better fans. So it's a difficult day for us all, but we have to stay together. That's what football clubs have to do. If you're going to just be together in the good, then not the bad, then it's not going to get you very far. So we have to stick together. We've got 3 home games out of the next 4. Let's go and see if we can climb this table.
Played with 10 men for the best part of 75 minutes today. You made some changes at different points this afternoon. Was that with Boxing Day in mind, the fact that we're going to have to maybe freshen things up a little bit?
Yeah, so it was with the idea to try to get a little bit of fresh legs on the pitch, and there's one or two that could be protected within that. So yeah, it was still focusing on this match, to be quite frank, rather than the Derby match. But we've got a few more days to rest now and prepare for that one.
Alex Cochrane missed out this afternoon. Is there anything you can provide on him? And obviously it was nice to see Villan back after such a long time out.
Yeah, we lost Alex at the end of the session yesterday, so he was all ready to go, and unfortunately he's just picked up an injury that's ruled him out. So disappointing, and he's not exactly sure if that's going to be days or weeks. We'll have to wait and see.
Thanks, Gaffer.
Well, Christoph, another disappointing result on the road this afternoon. Your take on the game?
Yeah, disappointing for sure. I think we go 1-0 down again, which gives us a mountain to climb away from home. A very soft goal to concede from a set play, and definitely not the start that we wanted.
Obviously, we went in 2-0 down at half time. What was the message from the gaffer?
Look, it was always going to be hard to come back from 2-0 down with a man 10 off as well, but it was about showing character, sticking together, and that was the most important thing for the second half, I thought.
I think it's fair to say we've struggled away from home of late. How can we turn this form around?
Yeah, no, we can't deny that. We haven't been good enough away from home. We're putting a lot of pressure on us to be perfect at home, and when we can't do that, it puts us under pressure as a team. We need to improve. We need to improve quick. We need to be stronger mentally and physically away from home, and try and turn it around.
Games are coming thick and fast now through this Christmas period. A chance to put things right at home on Boxing Day.
Of course, now that's the good thing about football and this division, that you've got a game every few days. But obviously, today's going to hurt for a few days now, and we need to definitely be better against Derby.
Finally, Christoph, a message to the fans who have backed us all over the country.
Look, it's disappointing for us. It really hurts us in our change room to see that many people travel every few days, and to send them back home. Disappointed after we couldn't win or give them a result. So we apologise obviously as a team, and we try to be better in the new year for sure.
Christoph, thank you.
Thank you.